Bones had spent years in a quiet shelter, watching the world move on without him. He was gentle, patient, and carried a past filled with loneliness. Once free, then forgotten, yet he never stopped hoping for a home. At the Williamson County Regional Animal Shelter in Central Texas, a volunteer passed his kennel again and again.
What do you want? What do you want? I want you to know what you're doing. Are you being silly?
Every time, Bones would lift his head and softly wag his tail, as if asking, "Is it my turn?" There was something in his eyes, hope that refused to fade. One Friday, she made a decision. Instead of just visiting, she took him home for the weekend. At first, everything felt new to Bones. The open yard, the sounds of neighbours, the feeling of grass under his paws. On walks, he stayed close, gently leaning into her leg. Inside, he rested his head in her lap, finally at peace. He didn't need toys or treats, just safety and love. He fit in naturally. He bonded with her dog, explored the yard, and wagged his tail like he'd found a piece of happiness again. But that first night revealed something heartbreaking. When she opened the door after dark, Bones froze. He didn't understand the night. The shelter had always closed before evening. He hadn't experienced darkness in years. With her soft voice guiding him, he slowly stepped forward, trusting her completely. Bones hadn't always lived behind bars. Long ago, he was picked up after a fearful moment when he nipped someone. With no guidance or safe space, he had been misunderstood. But at the shelter, he showed only kindness. Staff loved him. He greeted them with a joyful little dance every day. Each weekend, he left with her again, and every time she returned, his whole body wiggled with happiness. For a few days, he wasn't a shelter dog, he was free, loved, and alive. But Sundays were the hardest. As she brought him back, he looked at her with quiet confusion. Still, she believed these weekends were healing him, preparing him. Because one day, someone would choose him forever. And when that moment came, Bones would give his whole heart because he knew what it meant to be forgotten and what it felt like to be found. Sometimes, a little kindness and patience can change everything. If you're considering rescuing an animal, take the time to understand their needs and commit to loving them fully. Like, share, or subscribe to help more dogs like Bones find their second chance.